Pushpa 2's rule at the box office continues. The film has emerged as the highest grossing film of the year 2024. The total collection of the film for all languages is estimated at over 1,160 crores net. The production house announced in an official tweet that Pushpa 2 has crossed 1,760 crore rupees gross mark at the worldwide box office, setting it up to beat Prabhas's Bahubali 2, the conclusion. The film's massive success comes in the midst of controversies surrounding the tragic incident at Hyderabad's Sandhya Theatre, which led to the death of a woman and left her son critically injured. Actor Arjun was arrested and later granted interim bail by the Telangana High Court. But the entire arrest saga sparked a fierce political war, with Chief Minister Revant Reddy targeting the actor, holding him and his conduct responsible for the tragic death.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's go across to actor Aanchal Munjal, who's joining us. Aanchal, of course, was part of the cast of Pushpa 2. Thank you so much for joining us here. Could you also share with us your experience of acting in a film like Pushpa 2, which is not only the highest grossing Indian movie this year, but has also crossed the lifetime box office collection of Bahubali 2, which was the highest grossing Indian movie ever?
Well, I just feel overwhelmed and extremely grateful to the Almighty that He gave me a chance to be a special part of this beautiful, film. So basically it started off as a special appearance and I did not expect too much out of it. But the moment film released, I got a lot of calls and appreciation messages from all over the world, from the industry, and I feel lucky to be a part of this film. I think we did anticipate that it was going to do better than the first part, but to be one of the biggest films of the Indian cinema, I think it's just beyond amazing.
And how was your experience working with Allu Arjun and Saurabh Sachdev? Any memorable moments from the set that you'd like to share?
So with Saurabh Sachdeva sir, I think I take a lot of pride in saying that he calls me one of his best co-actors he's ever worked with, and coming from him means a lot to me. He's a beautiful actor, but I think he's an even better acting guru and mentor. So on sets I got a lot of acting classes from him. And about Allu Arjun sir, what do I say? His humility is at par. He has his aura has a lot of grace, and I remember when after pack up, when I went to his caravan to get my picture clicked, he looked at me and he said, by the way, I didn't know you're an Indian. I was like, sorry sir? He said, yeah, the moment you held the dog in your hand and you said pyar se to the crew, that's when I came to know you're an Indian, because you spoke in Hindi. And I told him about all the films that I've done, and he wished me all the very best for my future. And he said, I've heard from the sets that you have a great screen presence and I wish you all the best.
Right.
I wish you fly high. And coming from him meant a great deal to me.
Yeah, and you also mentioned that some of your scenes were removed due to the film's long duration. Could you share what those scenes entailed and how you felt about their exclusion? Little disappointment, perhaps?
You do feel slightly disheartened, because you've shot so much. I was like, maybe I wish they'd kept my dialogue. I wish they'd kept that introductory scene that we shot, which was beautiful. But then I think the director is the captain of the ship for a reason. If he's removing the scene, maybe he doesn't think it's necessary enough for people to watch it. And even though I felt disheartened, I didn't let it overpower the emotion of actually being visible, even in that one major scene in the film, which I feel is a very big milestone. A lot of people have been telling me that to reach on that set, to do something like this is a very big thing, and we're proud of you. So I'm just being happy about it, and I've left the disappointment at bay.
And amidst the praise and the box office success of your latest film, there's also been controversy surrounding a tragic incident, including the film's premiere in Hyderabad, where a woman has lost her life and her son was hospitalized following a stampede. How do you view this unfortunate event and its aftermath that we've seen?
I mean, of course, the incidents that have occurred are very unfortunate. But I do feel it was not in control or hands of any any human being per se. And I do stand by this statement that any one individual, be it the producer, director, actor, any one individual cannot be blamed for what has happened. Yes, it is an irreplaceable loss. It's something that cannot come back, and no amount of money will be sufficient for what's happened. But Alu sir did show his support. He did say that I'm going to stand by the family in times of need and whenever they need me. And as far as the questioning goes, I think that was okay. Yes, police is doing their job. But for people to go and throw stones at his house and blame him, I think that is a little too much. We've dragged this a little too far now.
Right, of course, no one can justify any kind of violent protest, but given the actor's popularity as well as the film's craze, the big question is whether the organizers, the film management team, and even the actor themselves have to be a little more careful to avoid such a situation from taking place.
Yes, as actors, we do take responsibility in what goes on with and around our film. And like I said, this is something that is unfortunate. You can't foresee a situation like this. Nobody would want something like this to happen. We make films because we love the audience. We love cinema, and we love when audience gives us that love back. And this is something that nobody anticipated. And yes, the organizers maybe could have done a better job. But to blame an actor particularly, to say ki, this thing you could have taken better responsibility for, I think is wrong. Because we as actors, our job is to go on set, do our thing, play our part, and then leave it onto the audience to either appreciate us or not. But what goes on behind the curtains, to take full responsibility for that, is a little too much to ask for.
But given the fact that in this case a case has been filed, can we completely absolve an actor of their responsibility along with the team to ensure that the fan safety is there and is in place?
Yes, a little. See, of course, there is a certain amount of responsibility. But I think it's also about the organizers doing the event. Whenever there's a star, like now Rajnikant sir is a massive mega star, and touchwood, we've never heard incidents about stampede and everything and nothing going wrong whenever he comes in a public appearance. But he's such a big star that if people go crazy and bonkers looking at him and something happens, he cannot be blamed for that, is what I'm trying to say. Yes, as actors, we do take responsibility that, okay, everything should be managed properly, and of course we want it. But if something does go wrong, I think that one person cannot be blamed for it. There is scope for betterment, but to entirely put the blame on somebody is wrong.
Right, and also there have been allegations being made, politically speaking, of a witch hunt against Allu Arjun. Do you agree with those allegations? What do you believe?
I will refrain from commenting on that, because I've not looked at it from that angle, to be very honest. I'm slightly confused as to why this is being dragged so much, because from what I've heard is that the victim's family withdrew the case, and especially the husband, is what I've heard. I could be wrong, and if that is the case, then I feel dragging it is not fair. But is there a political agenda behind this or not? I wouldn't be the right person to comment, because I don't see it from that angle.
And with the success of Pushpa 2, what kind of roles or projects are you looking forward to taking on in the future? Are there any specifics that you're looking forward to?
Well, touchwood, by the grace of God, I've been getting a lot of calls and a lot of new opportunities have opened up. Let's see where my future takes me to my next project. I've never been a person who bounds herself with just one language or any one particular role. I'm a person who loves cinema, loves my audience. So whatever good and amazing will come my way, I will grab that opportunity, and I will just want the audience to love me like they've always done.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Aanchal, and wish you all the very best.